Hello everybody, in this video blog I keep doing that, I'm going to talk about the end-to-end cycle that I did, well, in August, so basically last month, not that long ago, basically, when I cycled from there, but pretend that's the top of Scotland, John OGroats, down to there, which is basically Land's End, which was, apparently it was 990 point, just looking at this, 0.33 miles is how many did, and that took me, well, something I remember now, it basically took me, 16 days, and here's my little sort of log to prove that I actually did it. See every one of them, every one of them stamps basically, you get stamped you've lost, and underneath it you write how many miles you did each day, so that's basically the very first one I got stamped, so it was like John OGroats, and if you look there, that is the very last one I got stamped when I got to Land's End. So basically I need to photocopy that, and then I send it off to somebody, and then I'll get an official certificate to say that I've cycled from John OGroats to Land's End. So basically overall the cycle was really good, and yeah, as you can tell I did sort of a bit of weightless tops and some talking about cycle. Basically, as I said, I cycled from John OGroats to Land's End, and I'll keep getting confused already. So this is like basically our proper picture that we got taken at the start, which is quite cool. I think I had the photos of this basically since probably at high school, to be honest. It just sort of reminds me of what's got two of these. But one was meant to be for me and one was meant to be for Mike, but we'll get onto that subject later on probably. So basically the first day, which would have been the Sunday the 9th, we cycled from John OGroats to a place called Tongue. I hope that's how I pronounce it. So basically the first day was, it was blah blah. I recently printed that page off before I started speaking. Give me a second. So the first day was 64 miles, which may not sound a lot, but I honestly do believe the first day probably was the hardest day. We just seemed to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And also since I was at the first day, we're sort of still getting used to having panniers and how much they weighed and how the bike handled and everything else. It took a while to get there. I spoke to a number of people doing the cycle later on, and they all reckon that the first day was probably the worst one. What's this thing doing? Nope, it's not done yet. But come on to yourself, and I'll see you more organised than I. So basically, as I said, the first day went from John OGroats to a place called Tongue, and that was 64 miles, 0.23, and that took us 5 hours 34 minutes, which wasn't too bad to be honest. Well, if you look on the website, which I'm going to plug again and again and again, was endtoendcycle.co.uk, you'll see photos that we took and stuff like that, and also you'll see the altitude graph and you'll see. So basically the first day in my opinion, was probably the hardest day to be honest, but the scenery up there is absolutely amazing. If you've never been to the Highlands of Scotland, I would recommend it. I'd never been up there before, and it was, well, it's like a totally different country to be honest, and there's well beaches, like if you were down in England or any else or Cornwall, the beaches you actually feel the people and they're just like white sand with lovely water, nobody on them. And if I were doing the cycle we would have probably gone on it and, well, had some fun basically. So another thing that about the cycle was I had to wear one of these. It's changed. At one point I didn't like wearing helmets. This one is that good. You actually have to wear if you've got it on, because I did spot this in a little thing. Well, I've got my helmet on. And also, if you come to see me look at my face, I look a bit tanned. I never really commented how tanned I got. Anyway, so basically I was amazingly pleased that I did most of the cycle, but unfortunately Mike got as far as Clarn, where my parents live, and had to pull out because he hurt his knee basically big time. It was giving him lots and lots and lots of grief. Needless to say, we're not particularly speaking at this moment in time, but that's why I've got two of them photos that I showed you a minute ago, and well, I think I'm going to have to keep both of them to be honest. And also, as I said, we got these tops made up. It's a bit of a ground stage and really paid for. If you see on my back, I'll stand up, you can see it. It's got my name on it, so I feel like a proper cyclist. It's got my name on it, but unfortunately you couldn't see that because I had a bag on my back most of the time. I had sort of my camcorder, not my camera and stuff in it, so I wanted stuff I didn't want to get next to my phone and my wall and stuff on it. Well, so yeah, so the cycle was basically just under 1,000 miles, which is amazing considering I did most of it by myself. When Mike gave up, I came really close to quitting to be honest. I just thought I can't do it by myself. I think it proved to be honest that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. Cycling all that way, most of it by myself, I think it's an amazing achievement. The only thing is, the day after the day left, basically it was pissing it down all day, so I ended up leaving Clarn and getting to New Larnock stupidly early. The youth hostel didn't open till 5 and I got there at 2:30, but luckily the front doors opened so I could sort of find the giant room and sit down and watch Top Gear of all things, so that was quite good. But that day as well, I just wasn't in the mood, I was just And then from there I cycled to, where was it, Carlisle, which was quite a strange day actually, because again it was pissing it down all day long, but sort of time wise and mileage it was one of the best ones I did, because it was, this one's gone to pot, it was, oh yeah, it was 60, no it wasn't, I don't know how many miles it was, I can't work it out. It was basically one of the most miles, but I had the best average speed because I was just like head down, don't looking as well. It was quite high up, but it was sort of a gentle climb, so you didn't even know what you were doing. It was also using Psychopath as it was going down the... You got the A74M, and then you've got what used to be the old road, so it's basically what used to be Joe Carsley, and they're sort of taken one of the Joe Carsleys out into Psychopath, so it was really good. So I really enjoyed that day. Even though I got absolutely soaked, I didn't mind because I got there really fast. And again, when I got down to Carlisle, I got there about half an hour early, so I just had to sit out in the door, and which let me in as well. I really like the Carlisle Youth Hostel because it's basically student accommodation, but they turned it to youth hostel that two friends during the youth, and you've all had your own room, which was quite nice, and you even had a bath, which I did think about using, but I must admit I didn't. And also, when I cycled from Carlisle to Sedburn, I also get the name of this place wrong. Basically, it was that one there. I met somebody called Clyde just after Carlisle, which is really good because we ended up cycling for about half the day together. It was quite nice because it's the first time since Mike pulled it I'd actually done any cycling with somebody else, but the amount of stuff he had on his bike, oh my god. There's normal two tyres, that's two tyres, and they had a third one at the back, which had this tent and lots of other stuff on it, so how he got up the hills I really don't know, but he was determined he wasn't going to walk up any of them, and I was like, oh I can't be arsed walking up somebody's like, I'd rather be dead than have to walk up them, so he did amazingly well. So we're still in contact, we sort of swapped phone numbers, it was really good. We also did a little race to get to the end, and I'll talk about that later on. So what else happened? Oh yeah, another 2 days between, I can't remember the names of the places now, between, I can't even pronounce it, Clung, between, Zion's basically somewhere else. I met 3 young lads, all 17, who ended up cycling the same way, but they set off the day after me, so they cut off me because I had a rest day in Chester, which is with my parents and stuff. So again, that was really nice, sort of cycling of 3 young lads as well. They were just so funny. So if you're watching this, hello! And as well, if you look on the website, you see pictures of them. And then, of course, the biggest highlight was, I know I've skipped lots of days, was when I got to the end and I cycled all the way to Land's End on myself. Way! When I got there, I was like really happy, but then upset at the same time because I was thinking I'm going to have to go back to my normal life and then get used to that, like me and Mike and lots of other stuff. But so when I got there, I was really happy. So it was also good because Clive had been texting me to say that he was nearly there, so he got there before me, which was good because I meant when I got there, I had somebody to chat to. And I was also really good as well because the 3 young lads were cycling, they got there later on in that day as well. So again, that's really good. I would show you the photo that I took at the end, but the photographer took, but I'm still waiting for it to come for the post. A bit like the one I showed you earlier, at the end, and it was so embarrassing as Mark made me get a bottle of champagne and go psst, and then spew it everywhere. And at the dog shack, well, you always tend not to do it, so I was just thinking how you open it and do it, and everybody was sitting there, well not sitting, standing there watching me. It's like, that was one of their moments where I just don't cope with lots of people watching me. So that was basically the whole cycle, to be honest. I know I haven't said that much, but I'm sorry, because you can only record a video for 10 minutes and I'm probably bored, you know. I thought that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you ever do want to do the Endtrend website, I recommend you look at my website, which is endtrend-cycle.co.uk, because it's got the route on it I did, it's also got photos and where all the hills are, and I'll also at some point I'm going to put the GPS things on it so you can download it onto your GPS, one of these, which is one of the best thing I took, because without it somebody wouldn't have a clue as going with the route was programmed into it, so it told me where to go. So if you want to do cycle, I would really recommend you get one of these. It's a Garmin Edge 705, it's about 300 and something quid if you get the maps on it, but it's really good. I know you can use the old method, just look at maps, but having that is a lot easier, just stop you getting lost. So that is basically it, and I'll speak to you all when I do another one of these. Bye for now, bye.